Hello student, this is our second lesson, that is adaptation, how plants survive. See student, you have even seen many plants around you. If you have visited to hill station, there are plants which are present on the hill station, these are the different from the plain region. Plants are the different from the mountain region to the plain region. Means these are the differences. Why these differences are there? That means adaptation. How they are getting survived there. If we consider that mountain has a different weather conditions. So in that conditions, how plants can get survive? Let's see in this lesson. Hello students, here we have to see the lesson number 2, that is adaptation, how plants survive. Okay, in this lesson what you will be learn, that will see. Here are objective of the lesson. After completing this chapter you will be able to define adaptation, concept of adaptation, what is the actual meaning of adaptation, that you will be defined by your own. Then you can describe the terrestrial plants and their adaptations, as well as list types of aquatic plants and their adaptation. Know some other adaptation also after completing this lesson. So these things we have to learn in this lesson. Here you will have a first activity. Look at the pictures given below. Where do you think plants live? Write their answers in the given blanks. Use the help box. I think there is no need of the help box. By seeing the picture you can give the name or you can write where they can live. So first there is a lotus. By the picture we can see, yes, lotus, it is live in the aqua, means water. So it is a water plant. Second picture is the mango tree. Mango tree always find on the plain region. And third picture is the cactus, which is found on the desert. Okay, I hope this activity you will be able to do this activity by your own. Let's see what is the next. Oh, have you ever been to any hill station or a desert? Yes, whenever school picnic is there or your family picnic is there, that time you must, I hope you have visited those places, hill stations or desert, or you know that about the conditions also. If you have been to a hill station or a desert, you must have to observe the plants there. You might have noticed that the plants in the hilly areas are different and plants in the desert are different plants. Okay, and the plants which are desert, they are different from the plants which are in the plain region. Here we know about the landforms. We have learned in the SST about the landform. Land is not an even, so it having the somewhere high masses, somewhere there is a low land. So there are the different forms of land, that is hill, mountain, desert, plain. So these are the land masses or land forms, and by that we also learn about the weather conditions. Means, if we go towards on the mountain, top of the mountain, we can feel they are very cold. Temperature is very low. If you go in the desert, there is a water scarcity. Rainfall is very little, so their atmosphere is very hot and dry. Okay, so if you go towards the coastal area, then that time their atmosphere or the weather is the hot and humid. So these are the different climatic conditions, and in that climatic conditions, plants also have to survive. They must have to live life, or they must have to alive. So for that, they are having some changes in them. Those changes are called as adaptations. Let's see why it happens. Why it happens? Different regions or places have a different weather and soil conditions. For example, deserts have very less water and whereas mountains are very cool. So we have discussed it in the introductory part. So here now we are turning towards the actual concept, that is the adaptation. Plants growing in a particular region adjust themselves to region by developing certain features. These features help them survive. They are developing in them some features to survive that weather condition, to that weather condition. We have learned the plants having the roots, leaves, the stem, it having the branches, it having the flowers. These things we have learned. Now we have to see in these parts some adaptations are there, some changes are there to respect that weather condition. The process of developing spatial features in the body to adjust the surrounding is called as adaptation. So here is your definition. The process of developing spatial features in the body to adjust the surrounding is called as adaptation. I hope you understood. Okay, for that weather condition, for that climatic condition, there is some changes in their body, some spatial features are arise in that body is called as adaptation. Okay, cactus plants can survive in the desert because it can store the water in its fleshy stem. Listen student, they are storing the water where? In the fleshy stem. This is why we do not find the desert because it can store the water in its fleshy stem. But mango tree, if you will see the mango tree, it cannot have the fleshy stem. It having a woody stem. We have seen brown in color, thick and woody stem. We call that trunk. Okay, this trunk, it is the different from the cactus stem. This is the difference in both plants. Mango tree is a plain region plant and cactus is a desert region plant. That is why we not find the mango plants in desert. Okay. Due to the adaptation, plants in different places look different too. Thus, the plant in the hilly region are different from the plants in the desert region and plain region. So we can divide these plants into the two categories again, that is terrestrial plants and aquatic plants. Some plants they are growing on the land, those plants are called as terrestrial plants. And which plants they are growing in the water, those plants are called as aquatic plants. So terrestrial plants, most of the plants they grow on the land and all plants growing on the land are called as terrestrial plants. Here are example has given as pine, fir, maple, neem. You can write any other examples, that is a cactus is there, then bubble tree is there, neem tree which is around you, that trees which are growing on the land, those trees are called as terrestrial trees. And second category is their aquatic plants. In the name only it is written, aqua means water. Water में जो grow होते हैं उनको बोला जाता है aquatic plants. So plants that grow in water are called as aquatic plants. Here are many examples. Lotus, you have given in the book, that is lotus, tape grass and water hyacinth. These are the aquatic plants. Okay. These are the common example you are having. Now we'll see the next part, that is the terrestrial plants and their adaptation. Which are the terrestrial plants and what are the adaptation in those plants? Okay, terrestrial means land plants. Okay, terrestrial means land plants. A land has a forest, mountains and plains and desert. Okay, there are some parts where it rains heavily, whereas some places receive medium or a very little rain. All terrestrial plant can further be divided into different categories As we have learned, landform are not even, means they are the different and they are having the different weather conditions. So by that we can divide these into the different categories. First there is a desert. Okay, we'll see that plants which are growing into the deserts, which adaptations are there. Hot and dry places are called as desert. Sand covered places are called as desert. Or we can say very little rainfall is there, water scarcity is there, is called as desert. So desert having very little water in it. So their plants, which plants we can found into the desert, they are having the different adaptation in those. So which plants are there? Cactus. Cactus is a common, we know everyone aware about the cactus. So cactus, then date palm, these are the plants. Then babool also we can found into the where in the plain region also we can found the babool tree and kikar. These are the some plants which are growing into the desert. Let's see which adaptation is there. Say leaves. First adaptation into the leaves. If you will observe the cactus, here is the diagram. Oh sorry, here is a picture of the cactus. You will see as we have discussed before that cactus having the fleshy and green stem. It can store the water and food in it. Okay, so it having the fleshy stem. But where are the leaves? If you keenly observe it, it having the spines. So here leaves are converting into the plants. Okay, so instead of leaves, cactus tree having the spines. So why adjustment is there? Because here is a very less water, and we know, we have learned in the first lesson, that is leaf having the stomata. Yes, and stomata helps to the plant into the preparing food, as well as which is the excess water it can be evaporated by the stomata. If it having the stomata on their leaves, then what will happen? It having a lot of leaves. Here we have seen that the leaves, they are converting into the spines, and it can prevent the loss from the leaves. So this is first adaptation in the desert plant. Okay, keep in mind, leaves are converting into the spines, and these leaves prevent the loss of water. Next, which is the adaptation? This is into the stem. Yes, stem or green have a chlorophyll in it, as we have learned that chlorophyll which is present into the leaves. But here in the desert plant, there is a, instead of leaves there are the spines. So it stem has adapted for the preparation of the food. Okay, so stem are green, have a chlorophyll and prepare the food, as well as it can store the food, it can store the water, and which can, and this make it fleshy. This make it fleshy. This is second adaptation in the desert plant. And third one, roots. Roots spread out deep under the ground in search of water. Why it is? Because there is a very little amount of water, and that soil is contain very less water. So in search of food, it can grow deep under the ground. So in the desert plant, there are the three adaptation we have learned. First in the leaves, second in the stem, and third one it is in the roots. Leaves are converting into the spines, stem having the green color, it contains chlorophyll and it is fleshy. And third is the root. Roots, they grow deep under the ground in search of water. Okay, so these three adaptations are there in the desert plant. Don't forget these adaptations. For this, you can observe the cactus plant and you will understood what is the difference in between the plants. Now next point is that the plants that grow in a mountain region. Which plants they are growing in the mountain region? Let's see. these regions are mostly or normally very cold and windy. As we know, these are the highest land masses. Okay, from normal region to higher region, it will go on means at the upper sorry towards the upper side. Then what we are feeling very cold. Their temperature is very low. So normally here always blowing the winds and its temperature is very cold. So it oftenly it having the snowfall also. See, in your book also given in some area snowfall make take a place in a winter. Okay, take place in a winter, snowfall is there. So which plants are there? Let's see here two example or two plants are shown pictures, devdar and the fir. So okay, these plants grow in the mountain region. Which are the adaptation in those plants? Let's see. Trees are tall, straight and thin. They are very tall, straight and very thin. They're not like our banyan tree, not like our neem tree. It's not get spread out. These are tall, straight and thin. This is the adaptation. The next adaptation, they are usually flowerless. Here in the plain region or you can observe the other plants also, it having the flowers. We know that for germination of the seed or for the preparation of the seed, a new plant if we want, then flowers must be there. After flower, we the it and it gets fruits, and fruits contains the seed that we know. But here in these plants there is no process of the flowers, means flowers are not there, they are usually flowerless, and it bears the cone. You can observe pine leaves and its cone has shown here in the picture, that is this is the cone. Okay, cone is there. So inside that cone seeds are present. They are, keep in mind first, that is trees are tall, straight and thin, as well as they are usually flowerless with cone, and seeds are inside the it. They are conically in shape and thus are called as conifers. These plants are called as conifers. Okay, it having a conical shape. Their shape helps them for the snow slide off easily. It having conical shape. If you observe these plants, it is the devdar. It having conical shape. You have learned this in the geometry in your maths. Okay, this shape having the conical. So by that, its shape helps them to slide off the snow. Usually here what is happening, snowfall is there, so snow can easily slide off from their leaves because of this shape. And keep in mind they are called as conifers also. Their conical shape is their leaves are thin and needle-like. Here in the picture, you can clearly observe that. And the leaves have a few stomata to prevent loss of water. Now you will think that why it is a loss of water here. As we know that snowfall is there. Usually here is the snowfall, but snow is in the form of solid. Yes, it is water, I know, but it is in the form of solid. Solid cannot be absorbed by this plant. So which water they are having, they are available with them. They has to use it very carefully. Okay, so that is why what is happen here in these plants, they are having very few stomata to prevent the loss of water. So this is again one more change in these plants. Then the leaves have a waxy coating on it to prevent the damage from the snow. Yes, waxy coating means it is the sticky substance. Wax is there, and if waxy coating is there, if snowfall is there, it can easily glide off. Okay, so it can prevent that plants cannot get teared off. Means if you will observe here, if we are having, if rain or storm is there, that time plants leaves are getting teared. So it helps them that it having the waxy coating, it prevents the damage from the snow. So these are the adaptation in the mountain region plants. Let's be once again recall it. First, that they are tall, straight and very thin. They are usually flowerless and bears the cones with seed inside them. They are conical in shape and thus are called as conifers. Their shape helps the snow slide off easily. The leaves are thin and needle-like. The leaves are thin and needle-like. The leaves have a few stomata to prevent loss of water, and the leaves have a waxy coating to prevent damage from the snow. These are the adaptation into the mountain region plants. Now we'll see the next region, that is plants that grow in hot and humid region. Which plants are there? Some regions are very hot and humid. Okay, humid means moisture containing air which is very hot. Okay, so these plants, which plants are they? Take deodar, then rubber, paper, coffee, tea, sugarcane. These plants are growing in generally hot and humid region. You can observe the pictures of these plants. Also, paper plant has given and coffee plant. We are using this paper as a spice. Okay. Let's see which is the adaptation in those plants. Leaves are green, always remain green. So they are called as evergreen plants or evergreen trees, because throughout the year leaves are green in color only. If you observe the other plants in the other region, what is happening when there is a autumn season, that time they are shedding their leaves, they are becoming yellowish in color and they are shedding their leaves and bring the new leaves in the spring season and having the different color. Okay, so but this is not happening in these plants. These plants are throughout the year green in color only, so we can say that evergreen plants or evergreen trees have not a lot of trees having the lot of leaves on it, and that do not shade in winter. See, this is the adaptation. They are not shading their leaves in the winter, or we can say in the autumn season. So this is all about the humid and hot region. Now we'll see that plants which are growing in the plain regions. Okay, so these regions are normally neither too hot nor too cold. Trees are such as mango, peepal, banyan and sesame grow here. We are living in these places in a Satara and a Koregaon. You will observe these trees because we are having a plain region. Okay. These places are neither too hot nor too cold. So which adaptation in those plants? Let's see. Trees have many branches and that spread around. Yes, trees having, it gives a shade for us when we go to our farm. See, we can observe those plants and we are searching the shade of the plants. They are spreading their branches and they are having branches around them. Then next adaptation, the branches have many flat and thin leaves on it which help them evaporating excess water, and it helps them to keep them cool. Okay, it is neither hot nor cold, so they have to maintain their temperature. They have to keep them cool in the summer season. That time, what they are doing, they are excess water whichever present in the plant, it can evaporate by these leaves. Most of the trees can survive in a very hot climate also, and most shade their leaves in the autumn and spring. New leaves grow into again in the spring. All these adaptation we know about this because we can observe these plants in the our surrounding. So this is all about the plain region. Now we'll see the plants that grow into the marshy region. So waterlogged places are called as swamps, means marshes. Marshy places have a sticky and clay soil. Mangroves are plants that that grow in marshy regions. Okay, adaptations are their roots grow out of the soil to breathe as the soil does not allow the roots to breathe. Such roots are called as breathing roots. Roots have tiny openings at their tips. So these are the adaptation in marshy region. We have seen up to this terrestrial plant or terrestrial adaptations. Okay, terrestrial plants and their adaptation. Now in the next video we'll see about the aquatic plants and their adaptation and some other plants. So here we'll stop now. Bye bye.